49 combat clashes took place between the defense forces of Ukraine and the Russian occupation forces on the 15th of June. Source: report from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine on Facebook. Information is of 6 o'clock on the 16th of June. Quote, at night, between 0:20 and 4:30 on the 16th of June 2023, the Russian occupiers launched a missile attack on Ukraine with Kh-101, Kh-555 air-launched cruise missiles and Shahed-type attack drones. 42-95 Mega Siemens strategic aircraft launched 4 Kh-101, Kh-555 cruise missiles from the Caspian Sea. One of the missiles was destroyed, while the rest hit industrial facilities in Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. The enemy launched Iranian-made Shahed drones from the northern and southern directions. All 20 attack drones were destroyed. In addition, an enemy tactical reconnaissance UAV was shot down on the eastern front. According to updated information, over the past day, the Russian occupiers launched a missile and air strike against Ukraine, using 6 Kh-22 air-launched cruise missiles, 4 Caliber C-launched cruise missiles and 7 Iranian-made Shahed attack drones. 9 air targets were destroyed during the attack, including 3 Caliber cruise missiles and 6 Iranian-made Shahed attack drones. In total, the enemy carried out 38 air strikes over the past day, and fired from multiple launch rocket systems about 52 times. The likelihood of further missile and air strikes across Ukraine is very high. The enemy continues to focus its main efforts on the Lyman, Bakhmut, Avdiivka and Marinka fronts, where 49 combat clashes took place over the past day. Details: the situation on the Volyn and Polishcha fronts remained unchanged. On the Suborshchina and Slobozhenshchina fronts, Russia carried out airstrikes on Kherkiv in Chernihiv Oblast and Vesel, Sterikja and Budarki in Kharkiv Oblast. The Russians deployed mortars and artillery to attack the settlements of Karpovichy and Leonivka in Chernihiv Oblast. They also hit Novovasilivka, Stara Huta, Nova Huta, Saradina Buda, Tovstodubov, Bakhmut, Popivka, Atinsk, Bilopilya, Shpyl, Pavlivka, Katerinivka, Obody, Kindrativka and Myropilya in Sumy Oblast, as well as Odnorobivka, Ivashki, Hoptivka, Vysoka Yarua, Mali Prokody, Sterikja, Krasny, Hatish, Vovchansk, Bilkubatka and Zemlyanki in Kharkiv Oblast. On the Kupiansk front, Russian forces conducted an airstrike near Kyslivka in Kharkiv Oblast. They deployed mortars and artillery to fire on Novomlinsk, Vorokna, Zapadna, Berestov, Lyman Pershi and Mashutivka in Kharkiv Oblast and Novosilivsky in Luhansk Oblast. On the Lyman front, Russian forces conducted unsuccessful offensive operations near Vesel. The Russians launched an airstrike in the vicinity of Ivanivka in Donetsk Oblast. The settlements of Kyslivka, Nevsky and Bilohorivka in Luhansk Oblast and Yampolivka, Torsky, Verkhnyokamyansk, Spern and Serebryanka in Donetsk Oblast came under artillery fire. On the Bakhmut front, Russian forces conducted unsuccessful offensive actions in the settlements of Yahidna and Berkhivka. They launched airstrikes in the areas of Spern, Rozdalivka, Levadna, Kramatorsk, Kostantinivka and Bila Hora in Donetsk Oblast. The settlements of Vashukivka, Orikovo-Vasilivka, Hurahorivka, Bodanivka, Ivanovsky, Druzhba, Teresk, Alexandropol, Suka Balka, New York, Troitsky and Pivden in Donetsk Oblast were affected by Russian artillery fire. On the Avdiivka front, Russian forces conducted offensive actions near Avdiivka, but were unsuccessful. They launched airstrikes in the vicinity of Avdiivka and Novobakhmutivka. The Russians deployed artillery to fire on Vesel, Berdichi, Avdiivka, Umansk, Semenivka, Vodian, Severn, Pervomaysk, Karlivka, Novokulinov and Nevelsky in Donetsk Oblast. On the Marinka front, Ukrainian defenders repelled all Russian assaults near the city of Marinka. Meanwhile, the Russians also shelled areas in and around Krasnohorivka, Bahadur, Hostre, Heorhivka, Netailov, Marinka, Pobeda and Novomykhailivka in Donetsk Oblast. On the Shakhtarsk front, Russian forces conducted airstrikes near Zolotaniva in Donetsk Oblast. They also shelled Vodian, Kurakov, Maximivka, Yelizavetivka, Vuhledar, Prekostivka, Vramivka, Vlika Novosilka, Vilnpol and Zolotaniva in Donetsk Oblast. Russian forces are on the defensive on the Zaporizhia and Kherson fronts. They bombarded over 50 cities, towns and villages. This includes Zelein Pol, Novopil, Neskuchny, Novi Komer and Makarivka in Donetsk Oblast, Novodorivka, Lavadna, Chervon, Huliai-Pol and Piaty Kotki in Zaporizhia Oblast, Osokarivka, Mikhailivka, Havrilivka, Respublikanets, Berislav, Bilozerka, Velitensk and Kizimys in Kherson Oblast, and Oshakiv in Mykolaiv Oblast. During the past 24 hours, Ukrainian aircraft carried out 14 airstrikes on areas where Russian military personnel were concentrated. In addition, Ukraine's rocket forces and artillery struck 13 clusters of Russian military personnel, 2 command posts, 3 anti-aircraft missile systems and 3 electronic warfare stations. The General Staff of Ukraine's armed forces reported on June 16 that Russia had lost 217,910 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of its full-scale invasion on February 24 last year. This number includes 580 casualties Russian forces suffered just over the past day. Nearly 400 Russian soldiers eliminated in Tavria direction over past day, General Tarnavsky. During the day, the defense forces of the Tavria direction destroyed more than 4 enemy companies and 59 units of enemy equipment. That's according to General Alexander Tarnavsky, commander of the Tavria Operational Strategic Grouping of Troops, Ukrinform reports. On the Tavria axis, our defense forces continue their advance. Over the last day, the enemy's losses in terms of soldiers killed and wounded amounted to more than 4 companies. 59 units of Russia's military equipment were either destroyed or damaged, Tarnavsky reported on Telegram. Invaders closed down polyclinic in Zaporizhia region after medics snubbed Russian passports. In the temporarily captured Kamyanka, Zaporizhia region, Russian invaders shut down a medical facility, where most of the staff refused to obtain Russian passports being imposed on them. This was reported by the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine on Facebook, Ukrinform saw. In early 2023, in the settlement of Kamyanka, Zaporizhia region, the occupiers blackmailed the staff of the primary health care center, saying that, if they refused to get a Russian passport, the financial support would be reduced by 60%. Since most of the personnel refused to receive the IDs, the invaders shut the medical facility down, the General Staff informed.